All right, I'm gonna dive right in with logistically. What was the most challenging scene?
Oof, the ending was really tough. You know, when you're working with kids, you have a limited amount of time you can work in any given day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go a second over, that kid is gone and your set shut down. So you have to be really, really respectful of a kid's time, right? So the ending of our film, not to give anything away, but there's a pretty epic battle in the end, and there's lots of effects and there's fire and there's a lot going on. And so we had all these elements added to the pressure of time. And we just had to get it done. It was one of those things where the shot list goes out the window and you just get in there and you whittle down the shot list and you do whatever it takes to tell that story. And we got it down to like the second. We were counting down like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we got it cut and get him out of there. And it worked perfect, but we got it to the second.
Impressive. And also, not to give hopefully too much weight, constrained space, bold moves.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or constrained set.
Exactly right. We wanted to create a little bit of a claustrophobic feel.
Yeah. This is a perfect segue into how did your experience working as a young actor help inform your approach to directing young actors on this film?
Yeah, absolutely. It really is probably my biggest strength, right? And with my weaknesses, I would hire someone who could do that thing. So I built a great team. But you know, growing up as an actor, that was my film school. I worked with many, many directors, and I'd been on many different sets and many different circumstances, and I really learned how actors like to be spoken to, especially kids. And I also learned how to treat an actor, and it really helped me out on this film in particular when working with a bunch of kids. You need to create a safe environment where they can feel like kids. You don't want to treat them like adults. You don't want them to have that undue pressure on them. So you want them to feel like kids. So I try to create like a sports atmosphere where in a sport you can be encouraging and you can push, but you can make mistakes and it's not the end of the world. You know, I wouldn't want kids ever feel like I'm doing this for a job to make money, and I want them to love what they do. So to create that safe atmosphere and also empowering them to ask questions, because I remember as a kid actor, I was always afraid to ask questions because I didn't want to let the director down. But I told them, hey, you're not letting me down at all when you're asking for clarity. You're helping me help you, and I want to help you, and I believe in you.
In terms of nightmare-inducing things, because this does have some spooky moments, what gave you nightmares as a child? Or
Wolves.
now? Wolves.
I was so scared of wolves. I don't know why. I was really not into wolves. Now I'm like, okay, I think they're fine, right? But like,
Yeah.
bro, like if I hear like a howl of like wind blowing in through like my window, I swear.
Like normal wolves or werewolves, like solo wolves
Just
or packs of wolves? I have a lot of questions.
Normal wolves.
Okay.
In New York, by the way.
Yeah, I live in New York City. There's no wolves in New York City. Like, just wolves. I don't know.
You
why.
know, it's a melting pot of a city.
It's the most random thing. But, you know, like, when I would see a full moon, I'd be like, oh no, this is not a good night.
Okay, wolves in New York City. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, be on the
What about you, Abby?
Honestly, I think I was just always scared that something was like under my bed. Like I remember, and I really do think this was a nightmare that I had.
Okay.
But I have a memory from when I was little of me like being under my bed randomly and a spider being on my forehead, and I think it was a nightmare. I don't think it happened.
Whoa.
I was going to ask why you went to the place where you were scared of, unless it was like an immersion therapy scenario that you were
Yeah, no, like I still to this day don't know if I dreamed that situation or if that really happened. It was probably a dream though.
Okay.
But clearly I was scared of spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that question. Yeah, what's your biggest fear?
I have just some trauma questions.
What's your biggest fear? I have the weirdest dream as a kid. I remember watching, I think Scooby-Doo gave me so much like I don't know why.
Yeah.
I remember I watched an episode where like they open like some cellar door and then they go down it, and then I relived the exact same thing that happened in the show in my dream. But it was in real life, if that makes any sense.
There's a lot.
It was not a cartoon dream. You were the live action version.
But Scooby-Doo just freaked me out, and I literally had a dream about the same episode. I never forgot it. Just freaked me out.
I watched the movie Coraline when I was
that'd do it.
And I walked out of the
No, too young.
Oh, Coraline?
That movie traumatized me.
That was not a
great film. But I walked out of the theater crying, and so yeah, the button eyes.
Button eyes.
I would have dreams about button eyes.
So creepy.
Oh no, that's very valid. I recall when I saw it, there was a woman and a small child, and the kid kept going like, "Please let me leave.
Maybe
Like
it
I don't
was
want to be
me.
here
It
anymore."
could
And
have
she
been
wouldn't
me.
take her kid out. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Is it safe to assume that you are or were a Sandlot fan?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So what was it like having Patrick there in a baseball-related movie?
I mean, when we had nothing when we just had a script and
Yeah.
nobody, I remember we rented our first rental car, me and my partners on the film, and we're pulling out of the rental car parking lot. And I was like, guys, we got to figure out a way to get Patrick Renna in this film. We got to figure out a way to get him in the film.
Yeah.
And we found a way, and he was a joy to work with. And it was a dream come true because the great Hambino is like one of my favorite.
Yeah, I definitely did the Leo point as soon as he came on screen. So I was delighted. Yes. Thank you so much. Congrats on the film.
This is
Have a
great.
good
Thank you very
one.
much. I appreciate you. Thank you.